Right, like do that.
It's
I'll
recording.
do the intro. Yeah, and we'll clip it up later so we can post it all and whatnot. Did you tell anybody we're going to be doing this?
Your mom.
Oh, you did?
Is that a your mama joke?
Yeah, you think.
Your mom. You would think.
That
I
could be on the B-roll.
I talked to his mom maybe more than he does.
Yeah, that's actually probably true.
Possible.
Okay. We'll have to remember that that's in the beginning. We should use that later. That's funny.
B-roll at the end.
Yeah. Or even built in somewhere, depending on how the conversation goes. All right. Is everybody ready? Once we start, sit.
Let's go.
Is your phone on silent?
Yes. Yes.
The double check would give a lot of confidence.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So,
Oh, so now we get to do a slate. Last time I suggested we do a slate, and he was like, "No, it's okay."
I'm the one who has to edit it. It makes it easier for me.
Okay.
Is that a new slate or?
It just makes it easier to find.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Hokum's Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings, literally because these just came out of the fryer. We are here today with Mr. Steve Wolf. Woo!
Happy to be here.
You're not gonna clap for Steve?
Sorry.
We're also joined by Miss Linda Filecoff. Today we are doing the which season?
Season 14.
Season 14 lineup with a slight modification because we have double da bombs. We have da bomb Evolution and da bomb Beyond
Classic.
Insanity, also known as da bomb Classic. So the format for today, because there's three of us, obviously this is a change up. All three of us are going to ask the other two contestants 5 questions each, a total of 10 questions. Also, because there's 11 sauces, there is a bonus question round, which I've anticipated. I think it'll work out.
Yeah, so I'll
Okay.
be right back. I forgot to take my retainer out, and I don't want to do it on camera.
Just do it on camera. I'll clip it out. I don't have to. Yeah, thank you. Good job, Steve. Steve for the win. Now I don't have to edit. Okay. Yeah, you put that on the bar behind you, or there you go. Okay. So we also, in recent quarantine while episodes, we saw that. I forget who it was. I'll have to look it up and maybe put it here if I get around to editing. Who had the brilliant idea to put the sauce onto the plate, roll the wing in the sauce so you get full coverage, and then go to town. The only other thing I'd like to add is Linda, so I have your traditional milk and water. Linda has water and...
I have pineapple vodka and Jenny's ice cream. It's buttercream birthday cake flavor. Jenny's ice cream in DC.
So yeah, ice cream maybe. And
Could you
Steve...
not cut me off? I just want to say it's really good. And if you don't know, now you know. That's all.
Jenny's.
Jenny's.
Are you sponsored?
Is there sponsored?
Not sponsored.
Sponsored.
And last but not least, Steve has a very interesting approach.
Yeah, so I did some research online, and what I have heard is the acid from lemon juice is good, and sugar and water. So I've got, which my wife has actually clarified to me is called lemonade. But homemade lemon juice, sponsored by Tipton Grove.
You're sponsored too? I'm getting the short end of the deal.
Yeah, like, we gotta make money. But anyway, and I also have milk, like should things not go well.
So yes, I guess a couple things from that. First, shout out to Heather. Heather, hi.
Hi, Heather. Wish you could be here.
And we look forward to one day doing this post-pandemic with all 4 of us.
Joshua and I are fully vaccinated, so we can cough all over you.
Yep.
if you want.
I'm getting mine on Friday.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's finally coming to an end. So I think that's everything.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Let's
who
go ahead and
begins,
I'll
actually?
grab a wing.
Yeah.
And the classic from Hot Ones will be our first. Linda, here, I'll just pour mine and pass. Whoop. Yeah, all right. It's a liquidy one. Just be warned.
Woo! It's a liquidy one.
Just be warned.
Just be warned.
All right. So doing the big old smudgy smudge roll around. I personally am very fond of this sauce.
It's the only reason we're using paper plates as opposed to
Very
ecologically
cool.
responsible real plates, because Joshua wanted to do the smudgy method.
All right. Well, Steve's diving right in, so I'll go ahead and I'll start with the first question. That's okay. Steve, mastering a trade requires honing skills that you already have, but also learning new skills that you do not yet possess. In hindsight, what would you say were the most difficult skills for you personally to grow to become a successful realtor that you are today?
So when you actually become a realtor, they don't teach you how to do the actual job. They teach you the technicalities of, I don't even know why they teach what they teach. But I'd say the most difficult thing was learning about marketing and how to get myself out to people, to introduce myself to other people. Because I moved here from another state, I didn't have automatic friends and family to kind of get myself off the ground, and it took a lot of work to build a group of people that actually knew to come to me, you know, and the rest is all just experience, you know.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, putting yourself out there and building up the clientele and word of mouth, growing customer to customer.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Okay.
So what order are we doing all of this?
Like, yeah.
So is it one wing at a time, one question
I think it's
per person? Or?
one wing, two questions, right?
One wing, two questions. Yeah,
Okay.
it's got to be, and it'll get harder later on when it gets spicier.
Yeah.
Because we all kind of blew, and there's extra wings, so if you want to go back in for more, like to,
Yeah, that was really good. I'm gonna taste myself
yeah.
for now.
So Linda, you got a question for Steve?
Yeah, Steve-o. Out of all of your roommates in Colorado, who have you seen naked the most and why?
That is a hot question.
And even non-wings. Should have saved that one for a little spicier one later on, but okay. I'm getting right to it.
Oh man, it's a close one. It's probably photo finish.
We can bleep it out if necessary.
Yeah, I'd say probably Dave.
Dave?
Surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Not what I expected.
And all of it was completely accidental and regrettable.
Well, the same would probably be true for.
Yeah, any of them.
Also, the person I literally thought that the answer would have been
Yeah,
Dan.
I know. Like I said, photo finish.
I saw Dan naked all the time,
Yeah.
just because he,
Yeah.
Dan.
That one?
Same thing, Dave. Yeah.
Gotta switch plates.
Whoa, let's not rush this thing.
Baby, there's three of us. I don't want it to be 40 minutes or longer.
Okay.
Just put your dirty plate on the bottom.
So is it one question per bottle?
Two
Because
questions.
there's 15 questions.
Oh, so it would still be. So we've each written 5 questions, total of 15 questions. You guys. So now we'll rotate, and you guys ask me 2 questions.
So how about we do it this way? Okay, no.
We should have thought this through better.
Should have thought that through.
So if we do 2 questions and then go to the next sauce, it should work.
Okay. Was that right? Because there's 15 and 10.
So that means I will end up.
So 2 times 10 is 20.
Yeah.
But 2 questions. Okay, anyway, we'll figure it out.
We're not doing. Oh wait, Steve, we forgot.
Oh,
We've had a few beverages.
Yeah.
This is how we wanted to start it all off. By the way, cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
Wish y'all could be here.
Yeah.
So I have 5 questions
Okay.
for each of you. So I can only ask each of you a
Yeah.
question 5 times. So I can only ask. I asked you your question for that sauce.
Yep.
You asked Steve your question for that sauce. No one asked me my question for that sauce. But that's good because we need half of
Yeah.
them. So, because I just now didn't get asked a question, we'll rotate. So we will move on to sauce 2.
Oh, and then we skip somebody every round.
So I was the first one to ask a question. So I
Got
get
it.
skipped round 1.
Okay. So we're on round 2 now.
We're
and
moving
I asked,
on. Oh, I should introduce
And I asked
it.
the 2 of you. And we can rotate it that way.
Yeah.
Like,
And
So
then
this
you
is
switch
Dawson's hot sauce. It's a shawarma sauce from, I forget where,
shawarma.
Canada. Who saw that coming? Shawarma sauce from Canada, which Linda already poured and dabbled. This works out. Tomorrow night we're also doing another. Whoa! We got 2 questions each wing, so you gotta not rush.
You have to eat it first and then they ask the question.
I want to be
I will
sure
ask
we can
Linda first because she's
dive right in.
Susie on the spot. Linda, so you grew up a foster child for a time.
Yeah.
Many movies and TV shows have depicted the life and experiences in the foster system, such as Annie, more recently Shazam. What do people get right and wrong about the foster system?
That's a really good question. So I would say most of the time in entertainment, it's depicted negatively. Like, and that wasn't my experience, and I know that wasn't a lot of people's experience. It's not always negative. Sometimes you get, I would say, I don't know if I could say most of the time, but in my experience, I've always had really good placements, which is what they're called. And so I've actually been lucky. I've never had a negative foster experience. So to see it depicted negatively in entertainment, it's just like, I've never had that experience. And I'm sure it is, but I would say that is like the worst of the worst.
Does it like personally like make you feel like it's like not showing respect to like the people that like take on like the responsibilities of being a foster parent, or the
Definitely,
what
yeah.
foster kids have to go through?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just to show the negative side because it's more interesting to watch.
Yeah, more
But
entertaining.
not, yeah. So.
That's a really good question.
All right.
All right.
So now I ask you.
So no, since we only have, we alternate asking questions
Okay.
of the person.
Okay.
So we messed it up in the first round.
Okay.
We're back on track now. I
that is
already have a bonus
hotter.
question. It has a bit of a creep, but it's really yummy.
Yeah, that scares me.
Yeah.
That I'm even mentioning that.
Yeah. So no, that was round 2. I think we're ready for.
So just one question that time?
We both asked Steve 2 questions.
I feel like we're gonna screw this up.
We
Okay.
are totally gonna screw this up.
Well, I can't. Yeah. No, I have a total of 10 questions. So I need to ask. We need to alternate who asks questions. Steve asked that question. So next round, I'll ask the question. That's what the solution is.
But that round only had one question.
And from now on, until we throw all the sauces, yeah, we will just alternate who asks the questions.
But that round had only one question.
Exactly. That's correct.
We're gonna have extra
Okay.
questions.
I'm trusting you
No,
on
we
that.
have a total of 30 questions.
I'm choosing not to put too much thought into it. That way I can blame you if it goes wrong.
Okay.
Fair enough. Oh, we've gone back and forth, and the spiciness is already kind of there. But this is Shaquanda's West Indian Curry Hot Pepper Sauce. I know this is a personal favorite of Linda. I personally really enjoyed it. Also very liquidy, but It's a real treat. Okay. Oh, you have new plates, Steve. Oh, I guess you're doing it over there. So yeah, you'll be good. Okay, Shaquandas. Whew. Okay. So, I've asked a question. Steve's asked a question. Linda, you asked a question. But let's work in this rotation. We'll go this way. So, Linda,
Whatever you want.
you go ahead and you ask your next question. You haven't asked me a question yet, so you ask me a question.
If you could, I'm gonna finish chewing, so I'm not rude.
That's good.
That is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It's like West Indies, kind of real.
Yeah.
If you could be gifted. Okay. Where's
Speak
my
to the
lips?
camera.
I am.
Not loud enough.
If you could be gifted with incredible knowledge in one subject, you'd be a super genius in the field of.
Ooh. It's a tough one. You said super genius.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the most reasonable answer to that,
It doesn't have to be reasonable.
well, I want to be responsible for my fellow humans. And Einstein, he expanded our understanding of so many different important physics models. He proved them, and that allowed for so much more invention. And when it comes to our understanding of dark matter, it's we can't explain dark matter at all, except that we can observe it and how other galaxies move. And we think that either we need to rework the gravity model, or we need a breakthrough in some ability to detect actual dark matter. So Einstein, his field, I guess you would say, he was a physicist. But physics also describes objects that we can observe and dark matter we can't observe. My answer is I would be an anti-physicist. That would be my specialty, so I could hopefully develop a machine to detect dark matter. Final answer.
Great.
Wow. That was a deep dive there. That was good.
Can somebody hand me a napkin? I just need that one right there. I just need that one. Thank you.
Got the whole roll
No,
over
this
here.
is fine. Thank you.
We'll just keep this roll right here.
I don't want it in the frame.
Well, you gotta keep it close so we can all grab it. 'Cause we're all gonna need it.
All right. Was that 2? On to the next wing, or where are we at?
I'm doing the next one.
But no, I think we're right at the beginning. We gotta ask 2 questions per. I'm sorry. Because otherwise, we still have 30 questions. We're not working through them fast enough.
Yeah. Oh, we have 30 questions and we have 10. So we need 3 per round, right?
We're gonna say
wait.
something stupid.
5, 10, 15. We have 15 questions, not 30. So it needs to be divided by.
We each wrote a total of 10 questions. So that between us, there are 30 questions.
Yeah.
There are only 10 stages.
Wait. 10, yeah. 30, yeah.
We just
Okay.
need to ask 3
So we need to ask
questions, so we're
3 questions
behind.
per round. So we're behind.
Okay.
Luckily, Shaquanda's is good. So I asked. Okay,
But how
so
is that?
each
That can't
round,
work.
each round, we have to ask a question of the other person.
Okay.
But then I only have 5 questions of each.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I've got 5 for you, I've got 5 for you.
So one round, someone's the questioner. That's how it works. And you don't actually ask questions that round. That's how it works.
What? No.
Yes, each round, there's one person who doesn't ask questions.
Let's just do it, and then whatever we
All
have
right.
left.
Okay,
over.
so where are we at? I answered Linda's question for this round.
So now I have to ask Steve a question.
Yeah, please. God,
Okay.
we should have really worked this part out.
Yeah, probably should have before we started. We're in the belly of the beast now.
Steve, what country would you like to visit if you had to pick based on cuisine only?
Yeah, that's a good
That's
choice.
Yeah.
wrong one.
Favorite food, sushi, and oh man, like authentic Japanese ramen, authentic Japanese sushi, fresh, like oh my god, made by the people that invented it and mastered it, and then like had to compete with each other to make the best versions of it. It'd have to be Japan.
Okay.
It was,
Jiro's on Netflix. Like you can't even get into that place years and years later.
yeah,
Yeah, that would.
yeah.
I think that's a great choice, Steve.
Did we present this one?
No, please.
So this is Goat Rider.
Slide into the number 4 spot.
Yeah.
You fuck one goat.
All of a sudden, you're a goat fucker.
Not fair.
I taught Linda that phrase. Sorry, kids at home. But it's true.
In post, you'll have to add that. The more you
So
is
Linda
that
has
me?
2 questions. Yeah, I think it's on you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did Linda. Josh, you've done many renovations by job and by living situation over the years. Out of all of it, what project jumps out at you as the worst, and why?
I guess it didn't take too long to remember. I tried to remember if there's another one, but I think that would absolutely take the cake. I was in Hawaii on vacation, and I worked at Community Solutions Incorporated, and we were the water treaters and distributors for a special district in Monument, Colorado. And there was a break between the pump from the ground that goes up to the tank, and the Class A water operator had spent about a week and maybe up to 10 days just telling people with excavators to dig in fields at places he felt good about.
Good about.
And
That doesn't sound good.
they called me and asked when I would be back, and I literally came directly from the airport. It was close enough in my vacation, we didn't cut it early, but I went from the airport directly down to Forest View Acres, and there was a community of 74 homes that had been without drinkable water for a couple weeks, and they were pissed. Really, really pissed. And then that night we ended up having a community meeting at like the community center or firehouse or whatever it was, and Mike Bacon wasn't there. Oh, I'll have to bleep his name out. I was the representative of the company, and I had just gotten in from Hawaii, and everyone was pissed, and they were pissed that the board had asked for police presence because people were so upset. They were even more offended by that. I had to raise my hand and say, I'm from Community Solutions, and but I used Google Maps, has an elevation scope, and I was able to measure the pressure in one of the pumping stations to figure out the elevation that the leak should be at. It got me within a football field's length, and we found a soggy spot and put the excavator to work, found the leak, got it fixed, and had bought water from the neighboring water community. So it worked out in the end, but it was a terrible week, 10 days, whatever it was. It was awful. That was the worst one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a mess.
Indubitably.
You want to introduce this one? Linda is
Sure.
jumping.
I'll introduce
Oh,
it.
you introduce.
How are we going to sauce? There hasn't been new questions for the sauce.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
pressing along.
I asked you. No, he asked you. I got asked him a question.
We're gonna wait on this.
Each person asks the other person a question for each stage. Yeah. So go slow when you're the one who's answering.
That one kind of.
It's got a little more kick than
Yeah.
There's
that.
three
it's
of
good.
us, and I would like for it to not be over 40 minutes because nobody wants to watch it.
We can cut stuff out. Like you're making stuff for us to cut out right now.
Yeah, that's cuttable.
So now it's got to be edited. Thanks.
What is one thing you didn't think you would like, but ended up liking?
It sounds stereotypical, but truthfully, Brussels sprouts. I didn't find out until after I was 30 years old that actually Brussels sprouts are great in an in an oven with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, broiled. They're actually really, really good.
They have kind of a bad reputation,
They really do.
like a stigma.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
A cartoon-based stigma, I think.
Maybe it came because they didn't know how to cook them back in the 40s.
Yeah.
But no, I love Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna go for the water because why not?
Yeah, so some feedback on the lemon juice. Little, like honestly, up until this last one, I was like, yeah, all right, this is working. Like this is doing its thing. But like right now, like it just it's not doing anything.
I think I would think it would make it worse, but okay. Next up, the classic, Steve, or not the
Oh,
classic,
yeah.
Yeah. Los Calientes Rojo. Rojo. This is made by Hot Ones. And it is number 5 in the lineup. There you go.
Whew.
That's good.
That's good. This is a great one. I have enjoyed this plenty of times. I do use it somewhat sparingly in my cooking, but I do really like it. It tastes great. So, what?
Yeah, who's up?
Is it me?
I asked you. She asked you.
I'm gonna ask both of you. We're set 5. I got plenty of questions to get through.
Is that right? You shouldn't do 2 in a round.
Let's just go with the
I don't know. I've lost it. Go on.
Yeah. Steve. I'm just skipping around my questions. We lived together for more than 4 years. In that time, roommates can get underneath each other's skin. I can think of more than once that
Whoa.
I bothered you.
Whoa. That guy's slippery.
What comes to mind is
Whoops.
I was sharpening knives at like 8 o'clock in the morning and didn't realize that that would wake you up. You were a little upset. That was the first place we lived.
It's like the sound of nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
That sounds brutal.
On other occasions, I would intentionally play the Beatles' "Here Comes the Sun" to wake you up. Primarily when we had plans on something we were going to do.
Mm.
But here comes the question. And one more. We also got into a very heated discussion once about Eminem. I think it was probably the maddest we've ever been at either one of each other, or
Yeah.
at least right
I
on.
remember it was about that, but yeah.
So, is there a time I pissed you off the most, especially if it's one that I haven't mentioned or should have probably apologized for?
Jeez. Wow. That's
Long
going-
list of memories to go.
No, that's going back. Like, I'm trying to think. The coffee table.
When you didn't mention
What about the coffee table?
The disagreement on who owned the coffee table and who bought the coffee table. Like, yeah. So there are
For
two
people
sides
at
to
home.
this story.
Mm-hmm.
Josh and I lived together. Bachelors, like trying to fill out a place and make a place usable. Neither of us at that time had all the furniture. It was one of our first apartments out there. I think it might
It
have
was
been
the first.
the first for both of us. So we're trying to fill this place up. We go by I think it was a Girl Scout.
Conveniently enough, about a mile from our house in a bank parking lot,
There was a Girl. I think it was Girl Scout.
But it was kind of like a group garage sale.
Exactly,
thing.
like,
But all the
I
Girl
think
Scouts.
based on the Girl Scouts, and like it was like it was a yard sale.
But all combined.
Combined, a big one.
Mm-hmm.
We found this coffee table. It was literally like blocks away from our house. It's
Not
sizable.
blocks.
Yeah, a sizable amount.
It's over a mile.
And this is why it matters, is because we tried to fit it in our vehicle and would not fit
in either of our vehicles.
in either of our vehicles. So we ended up having to manually walk this coffee table, like what?
It was made in the 70s from oak, so it was heavy. It wasn't just like your IKEA not heavy thing. We never weighed it, but I would guess easily this thing weighed just shy of 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Solid oak.
Yeah.
Beautiful table from the 70s, if you can believe that.
But we got it there. We walked it all the way home, and then I had to come back, get the cars, whatever. But then finally, Josh and I went our separate ways, and there was a big, long-standing dispute on whose coffee table it was. Like, I believed it was mine. He believed it was his. I disagree to this day.
Yeah, it's never actually been settled whose table it was. When Steve went to Baltimore, I was in possession of the table. And over the next several years,
And then I came back.
at
and
the
table
Spider's Nest,
had been graffitied. I'm like,
I sanded the top, had everybody at every one of our parties sign it, and then I lacquered the top, and it was a very cool looking table. In my opinion. But
like
if
he
you didn't
defiled the table.
You could have just sanded it all off
Yeah.
and then restained
like-
it. But it was
You know
also...
what would look really nice
What happened to
in
the
our
table?
home? An alleyway.
What happened to the table, though? What happened to the table?
So ultimately you moved again, and you couldn't take the table with you. And this is what the table has become, is like anytime either of us is moving away from like the other place and cannot take the table, we begrudgingly
Surrender the table.
surrender the table to the other one. And then I sanded that bitch down and restained it.
Where is it now?
It's now in my basement.
Noted. To be continued. Didn't see that coming. That's good. That's good. Wow. Excellent.
We got a new coffee table. Like, it's still loved. It's just we don't have a proper space. It's for a future man
Why did
cave.
we buy a new table?
Steve hasn't had to leave and not been able to take the table yet, apparently, and surrender it to its
I am
rightful
moving to
owner.
Colorado.
Just saying. Whew. Okay, good question. Good answer. I'm sorry. Good answer. Good answer.
It was a good question, too.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
You guys are funny.
I guess we're going on to the next sauce, and we can bat around other questions.
I already did mine.
My nose is starting to run.
You don't get to do a wing if you're not getting questioned.
Yeah, we all have to do the wings.
Yeah, but you're
Sean
jumping
Evans
ahead.
does a wing. We'll just threw it.
Okay, Linda.
Did you just say I just threw up?
No, I just drew it.
Oh. It's like, good. We did that very quietly.
Okay, so this one's a little. Wait. Let me get the question
Did
out.
we introduce
No,
this
I have
one?
to eat it.
There's not even any sauce on there.
Are we even
I
like
scooped it
introducing
all
these
up.
anymore?
There was no sauce on there.
This is Heartbeat. Heartbeat hot sauce.
Yeah, I
Thunder
dispute.
Bay, Ontario.
There's no sauce on this.
Steve, can you squirt some sauce on my plate, please?
Linda,
No, open it.
before
This is
you
delicious.
eat, please let me ask a question. So imagine there's this crazy TV show that will pay you $1 million for 1 year of work. There's two catches. The first is, if you quit before the end of the year, then you get nothing. The second catch is there's a 50% chance of which job you'll get. You're either going to be a long-haul trucker, or you'll work on a submarine that never comes to the surface for a year. Question is, would you agree to do the TV show? And if yes, which job would you hope to get?
Yeah, I mean, I'd do it. I don't know how to drive a truck, but if they taught me how.
They're gonna have to, yeah, it'd be over the road. So you You would hope to get the trucking job.
You didn't say that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Honestly, I don't have a preference between the two. Both of them sound very solitary, and I love solitary activities, so I would be happy with either one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You realize that in the case of the submarine, you wouldn't see the sun for 365 days.
That's
Or
fine.
Sophia.
So when I have a day off, my idea of relaxing is I like to go in the bedroom and shut all of the blackout curtains and just kind of chill.
Is this because you live with Josh?
No, it's just my idea of chilling. And Joshua will come in and ruin my happiness.
A year? All right, let's do this.
Joshua will come in and ruin my happiness by throwing open the blackout curtains. Like, you need sunlight. And I'm like,
You're like, I'm God.
It's after she's had at least 8 hours of sleep. When she's going on like 10 and 12 hours in the darkness, I open the shades.
Yeah, some people live in the dark. Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah. Maybe she's Batman. You ever think about that?
I hadn't really considered that possibility yet.
So yeah, I could do either one easily, as long as I learned how to drive a truck.
Okay.
All right. I think this is me for Linda.
Yeah. Linda was supposed to go.
Oh wait. You just asked her though, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
10 sauces. She just ate her.
I've
own
only
too
asked
fast.
her one. So Linda. Oh God.
Oh, it's got some kick. I like it though.
Yeah. Over the time I've known you, I've seen some questionable eating habits.
Okay.
Obviously, the elephant in the room is the pizza without cheese. Forgive me, God, for even speaking that
Which
out
is
loud.
normal.
Grape addictions, etc.
I love grapes.
Yep.
Frozen grapes.
Exactly. I know to you none of that seems odd, but what do you think the oddest food thing that you do would be out there to other people?
This will probably be easier for Joshua to answer.
You're the one on the spot.
You're on the spot.
So, throughout my whole college career,
That's what I was thinking.
could you not be a peanut gallery? At Cal Maritime, I lived on campus, and so I paid X amount of dollars to rent out my dorm room. And if you live on campus, you have to pay X amount of dollars to be able to eat on campus. Whether or not you use your benefits of eating on campus, which is always a crappy galley food, because it's a maritime school, they call it the galley, or not, you still had to pay that, whatever it was, like $3,000 per semester if you lived on campus. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna eat that crappy galley food, because I was like super into like our exercise twice a day, and like I was very conscious of what I ate. And so I lived almost exclusively off of protein powders and like Soylent type meals. And Joshua thought that was insane.
Powders. Literally lived off of for
It's
years.
very common in college.
Steve reaffirms it.
No, it was a cocaine joke.
Okay.
That is not. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wow. So you survived.
One of those is right there
Which-
behind you.
Yeah.
Wow.
She got powders in it.
And
See, that's why we have to like actually do these challenges, is to force you to eat food.
Actual physical food that isn't powder.
yeah, and our friend who introduced us, Dave, he called it rule, which I thought was excessive, because it was never like I was anorexic. I just sustained myself off of Soylent and protein powder, which is totally possible.
Did you say Soylent?
Well,
It
you
was
didn't
actually
die.
called. Is it Soylent Green?
No, it's a product.
Yeah, but even better
Yeah.
addition to that story.
Are we going on the next sauce, or are we doing?
Yeah, next sauce needs introduction.
Oh. Steve-O, this one, it's called Hellfire, Detroit. Taste no evil. It sounds like if you were a sauce, this would be you.
Wow, hellfire.
Spicy but flavorful.
Ooh.
It honestly is really good sauce.
You're making me feel like a cannibal right now.
Good. Good.
All right. Do I ask someone or where are we at?
Linda, have you asked a question recently? Do you want to ask a
go for
question? Or are you just busy eating a wing?
Oh.
Nice, slam dunk. Okay, you go ahead. You ask
That
me.
was well done.
I gotta stop. Clean my fingers. I definitely need a napkin.
All right, we're starting to get into the pain. I mean, it's good.
Linda's attempt to rush it is really screwing everything up.
You're welcome, viewers at home.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to watch 80 minutes of us sniffling.
It's good though, right?
You'll thank me
Mhm.
later.
Yeah, it's like flavorful. It's just
Okay, Sheila.
painful.
What's the biggest animal you think you could take in a fight?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think in my younger years, I probably could have gone a little more extreme than I am in my well-fed, aging shell. But I'd say these days, I can seriously box it out with a sloth, you know? Like just really, yeah.
Really angry sloth.
Yeah, really angry sloth with rabies. Probably win that fight. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Let the record reflect Joshua just ate a spoonful of sour cream.
Maybe a toucan with a bad position, like attitude, you know.
The sassy toucan.
Sassy toucan. I'd take him out. So. Wow.
It's because we're going so slow.
I know.
That's why I'm trying to speed it up. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Slow sucks.
Yeah. All right.
Steve.
No, I asked you, so I asked you.
Huh?
I asked Steve, so I ask you.
Hurry up, I'm on fire.
No, you were.
Hurry up, I'm on fire, guys.
You were just telling me I was going too fast, huh?
She's bringing it down.
Throwing it down, but Joshua. Told you we had to go faster.
So this is me?
That's you, Steve. Spicy.
Okay, Joshua. If you
That
were,
was a big jump up.
do you want a question?
Please.
Put some more lemon.
If you were forced to change your name, what would you change it to?
Where's Big Towels? Where's the towel spot for him? I don't have a good answer. I like my name. West Forest.
Mm-hmm. You're a witness protection program.
Oh, scenario.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I can answer that. Sour cream sauce.
Hurry, because my nose is running, and I really want to blow my nose.
One of my favorite names is I gotta pronounce it correctly. From San Francisco, his name was it's on my tongue. His name was
Hellfire Jesus.
Just give us, let's play charades. Give us what you got.
You asked the question. It's from San Francisco. There was a famous guy. His name, it sounds like Emilio, but it wasn't. It's Guglielmo. Guglielmo. It's an Italian name. Guglielmo. Guglielmo. And then last name Schwarzenbauer. Guglielmo Schwarzenbauer. That's my, yeah, sorry. You asked me a tough question.
Yeah. And that is an answer.
Okay.
All right.
Step.
Next one.
It does go away, though.
Next one is we're getting to the bomb.
Okay, so we got to really plan this one here. So we need to have...
Yeah, who's
Who's
asking
going
what?
to ask questions, and
Yeah.
the question's going to be... Okay, Steve, for this one, I got a question for you that it can be short. I think short.
Yeah, I think mine's short too. So you want to swap? You ask, I ask.
Yeah,
That's
we can do that. Linda?
I would say no more than that.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
bombs are
not
off.
even kidding.
I need a new plate.
That's fine.
Oh, you...
What are you gonna do?
I'm just doing it based on.
I was.
All right.
No,
Make me look
seriously,
up.
use that stuff up. Use it up. Stuff
want
it
it
at
gone?
once.
This is pain in a bottle.
Oh, I know. That's everyone has said that.
What the fuck do you want, Joshua? Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I want. Show the camera. Be proud of yourself.
Ah! It just slid into it. It covered it up.
Oh no!
Guys, I promise there was a lot there. It kind of made.
We covered up. It was smeared around. Show the camera how you got it actually on the wing. Whew. I don't know who has the lid. There's the lid.
Do not lick your fingers off with this because this is just pure pain in a bottle.
You can buy the big towels.
I'm not. I put them in the same place. I'm not hiding them. I'm gonna put them in the same place
This
over
stuff
time.
is so thick. We'll be able to open this bottle and punish somebody else next time. Looking at you, Heather.
All right.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
So.
I'll ask you.
Okay.
All right. So Josh, when we first met, you really like to blow stuff up with dry ice bombs.
True.
You had ready access, boredom, whatever. I know that you've chilled out on that these days, but looking back, what was the best dry ice explosion and why?
Oh. Hands down, 55-gallon drum filled full of water with a Gatorade bottle this size with a lead weight that weighs 50 pounds, duct tape to it to pull it to the bottom. When it blew up, the only time it ever worked perfect, the pillar of water was taller than the 3-story building that was next to it. The bucket was at least 6 feet off the ground, barrel, and when it all came back down, the bucket was still like half full. It was beautiful. I tried to replicate it, I never got it again. Had to be right in the center.
Ow.
It's a beautiful story.
Not a beautiful story, God.
Steve,
I can't finish it.
can you think of a specific place or event that you missed the most in Denver?
Ooh.
Well, this stuff is no joke.
Mhm.
Ironically, strangely, Casa Bonita. I've been thinking about that place a lot. Like, I really want to take the kids. The margaritas were drinkable, and I actually like their cheese enchiladas. I'm ashamed to admit it. And the sopapillas are really good. And it's great. Whew.
This one always makes me cry.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. Me too. Oh. Yeah, my lips hurt. Yeah, my throat, my tongue.
It has that salivating, like,
Yeah. Oh.
sorry for that visual. That's probably really gross. But
Yeah, my fix it in post.
it's pure pain, right?
Yeah.
It is not even remotely enjoyable.
Yeah, that's no one should buy that
But
ever. Ooh. Yeah, thinking about.
did you just rinse your mouth out?
Yeah.
Did that help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's running water all over my face.
We're
How
allowed to
about
do
tongue?
that?
No. I did it.
Also, can I just say, pineapple juice?
Try that. It just, yeah. Helped for a second, and it's back. Fuck. I'm gonna rinse my mouth real quick. Holy crap.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Turn on and pull down.
No, I mean, how do people do this on the show?
I don't know. That was too much. We did way more bomb than we did last time.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
Is my mascara ready?
No.
Yeah.
We did way too much of the bomb.
Yeah.
Thank God you have 2 bombs. Is the other one like that?
No.
We already did the other one.
What? No, we didn't.
Oh no. No, we didn't.
You can skip it. Oh. That was too much.
Yeah. Oh. I should have listened to Linda.
My bad. But Allison, that one's for you. You called us out last time. That was too much.
Yeah.
Much too much.
Okay. Moving along. Who's next? Linda, you're up for questioning.
Oh, we need more hot sauce, right?
Do we want to do this one? Isn't as bad as the regular bomb. We just do a small quantity. We can take a minute and collect ourselves.
Oh gosh.
I mean, yeah. I almost.
Yeah.
I have to go potty.
Okay.
We can edit this part out.
He's not editing this time. Oh.
If we do edit, we'll have to like just come back with. Okay, things went to shit. We had to take a breather.
Oh. They do that on the show.
I know. Like, I don't know how people do it. Like, and actually, like, I see people reacting, but like maybe it's because they know that they'll be like made fun of. Like, geez.
So Paris Hilton, I don't know if you saw the most recent one. With
Yeah,
her.
I did.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She didn't eat any sauce. Like,
Oh, really?
did you watch her do it?
I wasn't watching when she was dealing with the
there was
wings.
nothing.
Yeah, I had it on in the background, and honestly, it was Paris Hilton.
She would go like nibble, and even then, I don't know if there was any sauce on anything. And I know
She didn't do the bomb.
she didn't do the bomb.
Yeah.
Last time we did a modern amount, doing a fully coated wing.
Yeah. That's
That
not.
is.
That's not a product. Like that's a dare. Like it's a dare, but if you don't know better, but that's not something you'd want.
I have been maced with military grade pepper spray,
Yeah.
and it would be tough to choose between going through that again or eating a whole wing with the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. I could imagine that. Like my lips still are burning on fire, like my tongue.
Numb.
Yeah. Well, it's not numb. It's still hot. Like it's.
So yeah, I went over this thing, just rinsed my whole damn mouth out because that was so much, but
Yeah, that helped. Like maybe just getting some of the.
oils off.
Yeah.
There is a euphoria that can come along with the spice. I hope that we're getting closer to Spice Mountain and can get that, because that's the only thing that makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Because God, fuck. And like, look,
Yeah.
this bottle is still barely even touched. Like
Like it feels like I
This
drank a quarter of that.
we've used it now five different people, 5 different
We're at
things.
56 minutes. Can we speak?
Linda, it's gonna be edited.
Edited.
Are you gonna edit it?
Yeah, but we need to speak it up.
Okay.
This is going slow is painful.
Yeah, no fucking shit. Oh,
So we had to take a little bit of a break there. The bomb is no joke. Yeah.
Yeah. No joke.
no joke. Nobody threw up.
Yep.
Nobody's tapping out.
We took a bathroom break.
That was
and-
probably 5 minutes in between. We can
Yeah.
tell on the
Yeah.
video editing.
About 5 minutes, I would guess.
So that's not bad. It goes away. You guys gotta remember
It
this.
starts to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's starting to be. Terrible.
So this process is taking a lot longer. There's 3 of us. So
Yeah.
I propose we skip the other bomb and we stick to 10 rather than 11.
Okay.
Unless you're really curious about it, Steve.
We
We could
try
do
it
that
later.
off camera.
Yeah.
Sure.
I still want to try it.
Yeah, well,
Even I don't know
you
why.
can try it tomorrow.
Because I just went through its brother.
So that brings us to lucky number 9. Pucker Butt Chipotle Express hot sauce. From South Carolina.
Does it say the Scovilles on there?
They're-
I have that on a tab.
That's not a big deal.
Okay. The formulator. Oh, here it is. Pucker Butt. Oh my god. 669,000.
So we can
Well,
edit all of this in. Like we don't have to do it right now.
And what?
In post, she said.
Yeah, we can
She
add
wants
the
text.
Scoville units just
Oh.
like they do in hot ones. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean.
So yeah, Allison, I'm doing less this time. This is a very liquidy one, so that helps. Smear around a little more. This one has a better flavor than the bomb.
Well, there was
Just
no
fruit.
flavor in the bomb.
It's just propane.
Just mace in the face. In the mouth hole.
Oh, fun show.
Who's doing what here?
What happened last time? Oh, you and I asked.
Yeah, we asked. So Linda asked the two of us, or
I got a question. How about I got a question
How about
for
I
Linda?
go?
Linda, I got a question for you. Okay. You've considered learning various languages over the years or expressed interest to learn various new things. Remember in The Matrix how they could just plug in Neo and load him up with a complete and total knowledge of various topics. If you had the opportunity to get 3 programs loaded instantly into your brain, what would they be?
would be French.
Camera.
It was really hot.
Camera can't hear you.
It would be French, Spanish, and Russian, okay?
Just languages?
Two languages.
There's nothing else you would want loaded in.
No, I just like talking.
What if languages was just one program, then you got all the languages loaded in, and then now you had 2 more choices?
Wow, okay. Advanced mathematics. Like, very advanced mathematics. And number 3 would be number 3 would be number 3 would be I would want to be proficient. I would basically want to be a veterinarian, so I'd know all of everything about every animal, how to help them.
Okay. And you could talk to him because you learned Dr. Doolittle language.
I was thinking the same thing. I was on that same Doolittle path. That's what he said that.
You'd be the best veterinarian ever.
You would.
Yeah.
Does Linda ask you, or?
I don't know. I have one question left for you. I have no questions left for Linda.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not on the last one yet. So
Right.
Save that.
Okay.
I've got a bunch still left for both of you. Alright, I'm gonna ask. Okay, how about for Josh? Many claims have been made in recent years about what shows disrespect to the military. From Colin Kaepernick kneeling to the burning of flags, even scenarios where whether or not representatives wear flag pins or not. As a serving member of the military, where do you personally stand on what you think is too far? And does anything come to mind that offends you personally?
That's a really good question. Okay, I guess, so the first part, as far as what goes too far. A lot of people making these accusations have either never served or are no longer serving or even didn't necessarily advance very far within their respective service. But the people at the highest levels of all military branches virtually never comment about anything along these lines at all.
But they can't, right?
No, they can. They cannot express negative views about the executive is really kind of what it gets down to, but it's not that they can't share their political beliefs or what you're saying about disrespect of the military.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I believe it was yesterday. Tucker Carlson, the biggest asshat on TV currently, made a bunch of comments about women serving in the military.
That's too much. Much too much.
You always do an extra little bit. Sorry.
Women serving in the military primarily, everything from maternity uniforms to women in combat. He just made a bunch of statements about what he thought was embarrassing for our military, and the Pentagon actually released an official statement addressing all of his statements, which virtually never happens. So
I heard about that.
For what goes too far, I think there's a lack of appreciation for women in the military in general. A bunch of wannabe soldiers go play militia in the forest and think that they know what the military is, but in actuality, the military is a giant industrial machine with so many different moving parts, and the fact that all of these different parts can work as well as they do together is astonishing, and women are involved in every single aspect. So that's one of the only examples I can think of offhand, and kind of like what goes too far.
Yeah.
You know, is just overall it's the criticism of women in the military and lack of appreciation from people who don't armchair soldier wannabes.
So it's not so much about like other political stances, opinions, people expressing their personal beliefs, but an actual attack on members of the military.
That was literally what he was doing. Yes,
Right.
that was what Tucker Carlson did,
Yeah.
and you know, the Pentagon was quick to point out he's never served a day in service.
Yeah.
He was refuted by many generals, some of whom have daughters serving in the service, all of whom could whoop Tucker Carlson's ass. So it's just, I guess, overall, be a disrespect for the appreciation that gender doesn't matter. In the military, it used to be an all men's thing, but that has transitioned, and I think we're better for it.
Can we speed this up because my mouth is on fire?
I'd like to also add, going back to your question, I could totally take Tucker Carlson.
Yes.
Not just a slosh.
Okay, we are on the last dab. I'm going to speed this up for those of you at home because I know nobody wants to watch an hour-long
No one's gonna have to,
video.
because I have to edit it, baby.
Yeah, you're going to have to edit it, but there's not much to edit out.
I've got one for Linda.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to decide. We skipped. Like, I've got more.
It's okay.
You can ask the questions later.
Okay, how about this one? I spent a while on this one. So, Linda, a string of grisly murders rocked the areas of Alameda, Oakland, and San Francisco in the years prior to your move to Maryland. Victims were of varying ethnicities and backgrounds, all males. Many of them were killed in different ways with no apparent connection to one another. The only constant was a scribe next to the body, written in their own blood, with a symbol of a heart, and it says, "With love, LF." Those murders stopped abruptly around the time of your move to the East Coast. Can you once and for all say that you are not the LF killer, aka Lady Ferocious, the Little-Fingered Killer, or Lord Farquaad?
Yeah, I could say I'm not. I'm not it. I'm not it, guys.
Wow.
That's a good question.
Do you want to look in the camera and be more convincing? Because
Yeah.
right now, I'm terrified.
Yeah, I'm a little scared too.
Guys,
I don't
Not
even know about
me.
this.
my mouth's on fire, okay? I did too much last dab. I
I had
did
to
way
save
more
that
than
for
you
the last dab.
What happened? You didn't do last dab.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Okay, so Steve, I got a question for you as you're getting ready to do your last dab.
Right.
Okay, here's my. So remember that time when you were selling Kirby vacuum cleaners, and you were in an altered state of mind, and you showed up at a stranger's house, and you dumped a bunch of dirt all over their carpet, and if memory serves me correctly, you ended up vacuuming the majority of their house, and then you left without trying to sell them a vacuum. So I imagine during that moment you must have been clearly having somewhat of like an out-of-body experience. So here's the question. If you could send a crystal ball back through time to that Steve-O, and it would show him one thing about his life 20 years down the line, what would you have it show him? And also, what do you think he would be most surprised about this Steve-O? Here we go.
Wow. To be clear, altered state of mind. I had smoked some pot. And back then that wasn't much for me. I would say honestly I was having more of a midlife crisis at like 20.
Quarter life crisis.
Yeah, quarter life crisis. Than anything else at that moment. It suddenly all just hit me on why the hell am I doing this? And like I felt bad selling vacuums that would cost $1,800 to people. They were good vacuums. Whew, Jesus. But that's a lot of money, and I was selling it to people who probably shouldn't be buying it. So yeah, I just vacuumed her whole house. And she was like, is that really? And I shampooed her carpets. And she was like, is that really? Like, that's it? And I was like, yeah, I'm just showing you how good the machine is. If you want to buy one, call me later. Which is not how we did things. I was done selling it, and I actually quit my job immediately after that. I just took everything back to the office and I quit on the spot.
I forgot about that part of the story. That's the best part of the whole story.
I couldn't do it anymore. I think the me back then, like, I was like looking for something that I could do with my life without a college education, and it did inspire me to go back to college. But then life changed and got difficult. I didn't finish college, but I think I would have had a hard time believing that I'd become a father later in life, and that I'd have a successful career that I could build myself. Didn't have the self-confidence to actually build it myself. So I wanted to tell that to myself.
Well, you guys, we have climbed Spice Mountain. This camera are probably just the one you have set up. Tell the world what you have going on. Joshua?
Josh.
Doing it on the plates and being able to roll it around makes it work better, makes it more intense. If you're intense, do it. If you want to do it the other way, do it the other way, because that's better.
Yeah.
For me, I look forward to attending grad school in the fall. We're getting married in May.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Steve.
Selling houses. Yeah, just working and getting my vaccination shot on Friday. If you haven't gotten yours, please get it as soon as you're able. I wasn't able until recently. I've been waiting, and much more deserving people who've got it before me. But yeah, everyone be safe, and yeah, I was happy to be a part of this.
Thank you for coming down, Steve. You did it. You did all 10. Heather didn't believe you could, but you did. And then now you can warn her off on wanting to actually do it herself.
Could. She just didn't think it would be pretty, and she was right. So.
And
I deter anyone from doing this. I'm waiting for the euphoria to kick in and the pain to go down.
It's already long enough.
There's a lot of. You're not the one who does the editing.
I want this to be over.
All right.
Oh, it's over because you don't have to eat anymore.
Oh.